Based on our last year's annual conference theme of sustainability, we have produced a white paper, which is an amazing reference document about sustainability and the role of consultants in an uncertain world, but driving for a sustainable world. And now I'd like to introduce our past chair, Robert Bodenstein from Austria, who will tell us all about the white paper. Over to you, Robert.
This year's white paper is on sustainability, and I'm happy to present this white paper and introduce the white paper to you. We had an excellent team setting up this white paper. But let me give you some backgrounds about the content of the white paper. Well, as I said, it is the second white paper. The first one was about artificial intelligence in management consulting, and now it's about sustainability. We consider sustainability the second mega trend that is happening on the economic part of the world, just like digitalization, including artificial intelligence. And we are sure that sustainability will change business. So it will have an impact on business for a long term. It's not here to be vanished in a couple of years. It is here to stay. These changes will take place within the borders of economic law. We always have to keep that in mind, that business entities are here to make profit and to use this profit to invest in new products, in new machines, in human resources. And by accident, more or less by accident, they will save the world. But it's not their main goal to save the world. It's the main goal is still to make profit. In addition, there will not be a sustainable society without the innovating power and the creativity of economy. We need economy to set up a sustainable society. Economy is not just a small part of the society. Economy is one of the pillars of the society. And all the political declarations and the personal behaviors, they're excellent and they might be good, some of them more, some of them less, but they don't change the world itself. It will be changed by companies, it will be changed by enterprises. And so this is one of the drivers why we set up this white paper, and we had the perspective to the entire topic from this point. In addition, management consulting will be crucial for the success of a sustainable society. What we are facing is a fundamental change process in more or less every company, and this change process is taking place beside many other topics that need to be dealt with from the companies. They have digitalization on the table. They have new regulations on the table. They have guys on the table who change the laws of global trading. They need to change in a speed that we never faced on this level. And one out of these things is implementing sustainability. And we are convinced that management consulting is crucial. It is one important part for the entire sustainable approach. If you follow regulations, like laws in terms of sustainable supply chains, just following the law, it is not a competitive advantage. If everybody needs to follow the law, following the law itself is mandatory, but it does give you, on first sight, it does give you an additional burden. It costs money, it takes resources in terms of employees, in terms of knowledge, and it doesn't bring you competitive value as long as you do not implement it in a strategic way. If you do not see how can we benefit, what would be the potential of changing in terms of a sustainable society, but also the potential in terms of gaining a competitive advantage. And this perspective requires innovation, it requires creativity, it requires time, it requires money. And all these things needs to be managed. The leadership to take this lead is a tremendous challenge for the existing management structures. And this is another reason why we think management consultants are so important for this process. Sustainability is the antipode of a political declaration. Sustainability is not a new thing that comes and goes. A political declaration comes and goes, and it goes to the next stage or to next issues. But sustainability is a triathlon. It's not just a marathon, it's a triathlon. It has different disciplines. It is a long-term activity, and it is something that might have a positive impact on profit at the end of the day or on the change process, maybe seen after years. And that is a time period where usually people who are talking on political level don't think about. They think they want to have success, that they can demonstrate this is what we achieved and we changed the world. We cannot, this is not compatible with the term sustainability, which means long-term thinking across generations. And after all, implementing sustainability, as I said already, it is raising the complexity in companies. And this complexity is becoming something that is, even for very small business entities, the complexity has come to a level where we are, from the external perspective, we are actually the only one who can support, of course, together with other experts, with other opinions and other perspectives. So some facts and figures about this white paper. As I said already, it gives insights and best practice for the profession, as well as the leaders in economy. We call it leaders in economy, so that includes very small business entities, it includes very large business entities, it includes definitely the client perspective. It's not only about management consulting perspective, but we want to address both the profession and, of course, the client perspective. It is our second white paper, and I think this initiative, to start with the white papers, it really demonstrates the ability of ICMCI to be a thought leader and to provide this knowledge on a global level, to discuss different topics on a global level. And you will see in the white paper how interesting it is to have those different perspectives from all over the world. Some figures, it's almost 160 pages. I wanted to have it less than 100, and I said, okay, maybe let's go to 120. And I think it's always, if it's too much to read, it might be an issue, but we failed in achieving that goals. And this goal, we have 4 sections. I will come to that back again later, including 37 articles. And I counted the characters. It's almost 340,000. And I counted the words. It's more than 50,000 words. So it's a lot. And this could not happening without the contribution of the authors. 14 contributing authors from 9 nations with different backgrounds, different understandings, different knowledge. And that in all gives a comprehensive picture of how to implement sustainability in business. I mentioned the 4 sections, and let me introduce these 4 sections a little bit in detail. We split the 4 sections. One is setting the scene. What do we understand by sustainability? What does it mean for companies? What does it mean for business perspective? how can innovation support sustainability, and how important is innovation? How is an innovation process set up along with implementing sustainability in strategy? And that is on a general level, regardless of what we call the concept of sustainability. There are so many different concepts. One of the best known concepts is the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. Another very well-known concept is the ESGs. Other concepts like circular economy, for example, other concepts maybe like planting trees, that might be a concept, and it might be the beginning of a very long journey. As I said, it's a triathlon. It's not just a marathon. It's a triathlon. And to start with small steps, having in mind at the end of the horizon and the end of a long journey to be sustainable in the meaning of the word sustainable, that might be starting with very, very low barrier concepts. We introduce different concepts. Not all of them, of course. It's not possible to include all of the concepts. As I said, SDGs, ESG, they are changing. By the way, as far as I know, they are working to combine these two concepts, ESG and SDG, so that will change the entire SDG approach. But that might include labels. Like brands in terms of sustainable environment, or like employment labels. Whatever that is introduced in this section too, different concepts of sustainability. By the way, I'm convinced there is the best concepts. The best concept is what is best for the specific situation of this company, of this enterprise. And that is something we need to work on with the clients. It might include to have some well-known branded concepts like SDG or whatever. It will, of course, include approaches that are more or less mandatory, like ESG. Why don't we use the benefits of ESGs, the outcome of ESGs, to gain the competitive advantage I talked about in my introduction? Section number 3 is about the path to sustainability. So what are we doing as management consultants? What is the company doing? What needs to be provided? What is the journey? What are the phases of a kind of this project? It is a long journey, and we try to introduce, it's not a full methodology, but we had the approach or the understanding it should give as much orientation as possible on this level. It's very generic, of course, but it gives guidance how to start. How shall we start with a project in terms of sustainability? And I think the path that is outlined in this concept is a valid path for more or less every type of company, regardless of the size and regardless of the industry they are in. It includes very hands-on tools like software tools or types of phases, whatever. And that's the path to sustainability that might be more important for the consulting profession. But it's good to have the client in the same boat. They need to understand what does it mean to set up a project like this. And section number 4 is about looking into the future. What are our recommendations? What are the implications? What are the implications for the companies? What are the implications on the management consulting profession? And that is in this section number 4. And if you want to go the fast track, every section has a conclusion at the end, so you can concentrate on the last article per section. But I'm sure this last article will give you motivation to start at the beginning, because of course it's a conclusion and it's not going deep enough. Every article that is provided by the authors stands for itself. Every article has 1 or 2 authors, And some of the articles are overlapping or maybe or even contradicting other articles. And that is a value of the white paper because we are so diverse in our structure. And we don't feel that, as I said, there is the truth. There are different approaches, different perspectives, and the white paper gives reflects this diversity. Yes, as I said, all the articles, they are shining a light on the management consulting perspective. It's always a small section or a bigger section within every article. And more or less all of them giving practical insights and use cases, if possible, more than one use case, but that's, of course, depending on the type and of the content. Okay, that's what I already said. So the most important topic on my agenda for today is to say thank you to the authors. Some of them are in the room. Can you stand up? Cesara and Antonella and Gergana is here. Nick is here. No, he is here. Jalal, of course, is here, but there are more not in this room. I saw some of them in the Zoom meeting. Some of them I haven't known before, and I experienced it's so valuable to have fresh blood in our thinking, but it is also it gives me trust that also the very new ideas and approaches, they are in line with our understanding of how management consulting is working and how the profession can be prepared for sustainability. So that gives me trust that we are on the right way. And I want to invite you download the white paper now.